Hey guys, Jim here. Tonight we're going to take a look at all things Hobackian, but in the midst of all this, there's something very special sitting here. Well, pretty much everything Jake Hoback makes is pretty special, as all of his fans will attest to, but there is something here that nobody's ever had a chance to see before outside of Jake's Instagram or Jake's YouTube channel, and that is this special guy right here. You're thinking, what's so special? It looks like this one, it looks like that one. This is a lot more affordable. This is going to be a lot more readily available. And this already has people going absolutely apeshit crazy about it. Now, if you go back and you look at what Jake has been doing, you look at stuff like the A8. The A series is very, very popular, the A15, which Jake was kind enough to send me just to kind of fondle and play with. And yeah, there's yet another one I've got to get on the list for. But we are not here to talk about the A series. We are here to talk about the Kwaiback. You guys have seen the video on my Kwaiback. This is my custom. I absolutely love it. It is one of the very few knives that I can say will absolutely never leave my collection. Incredible 3V steel blade. He did a zero grind on it, put a little back bevel on it to make it even sharper. It is ridiculously sharp. One day it actually took the end of my thumb off because I didn't get my thumb out of the way quick enough when that smooth blade dropped down into place. So you guys know I have a serious love affair with this. In a little bit, I'm going to compare the original Kwaibacks with the new variation Custom Kwaibacks. But that's not why you're all here. What you want to see is this. The upcoming Midtech Kwaiback. A lot of people got on the list. The first list is already done, closed, and over with. I believe Jake's second list for the second run may still be open. At least it was about a week and a half or so ago for a couple of people. A lot of people jumped in on this. And a lot of people are wondering what are the differences going to be between getting the Midtech and between getting the Custom. So we're going to break those down right now. Now, overall, it is the same knife. You're getting the same dimensions, the same handle length, same blade length, same length open and closed. There is a tremendous difference in the weight. But wait, it's not about being a Midtech, and I'm really glad Jake sent this along because there is a tremendous weight difference between the original, the first 24 or 25 Kwaibacks, and the new variations. So don't hold that against the Midtech if you're all about big, heavy knives. So it is going to be a little bit lighter in weight than the original Custom. Now, when we get to the finer details, you're going to notice a big difference here in the pivots. Not so much a huge difference on the presentation side. You're just going from a torque screw to a flathead screw, but back here, a lot of people love Jake's custom pivots. Listen, when you're going from a knife that's in the $1,200 to $1,400 range to something that's in the $400 range, there are going to be some differences. But it's not a big deal. Now, what Jake did was he spent a lot of time designing this specific pivot so that it was as user-friendly as it could be. Not only is it user-friendly because it's a standard slotted head screw for a standard screwdriver, which everybody has in their house, but it's also designed to be turned with a coin. So if you're out in the field and you need to make an adjustment to your pivot or break your, I wouldn't want to say break your knife down because you still need other tools for that, but to make any adjustments and tighten your pivot, you will be able to do that with the coin in your pocket. The blade seating is going to be the same as you see there. It fits in the frame wonderfully, and that's one of the things that we love about the Kwaiback designs is the blade is completely hidden within the frame, so there's no protrusion whatsoever like you would see on a more standard knife like the A15 here. Obviously you see a lot of blade. Here you see zero blade. Some other differences. There will be a difference in the production pieces on the clip. Jake did not get the clip that he wanted for the Midtechs yet for this prototype, so he put one of his custom clips on. Please do not expect to get this custom clip on your production Kwaiback. I believe he posted pictures or at least an artist rendering something on his Instagram. You'll have to go check it out. He also says that the contouring here is a little bit too soft. That will change from this prototype to the production. It'll be a lot closer to what you're seeing on the lock bar relief cutout on the customs. Clips are going to be held on the same way. You're actually going to be getting very, very aggressive jimping on the backside that the original Kwaibacks did not get. Now again, difference from the original Kwaiback to the new Kwaibacks, they do get some jimping, but as you see, it's different. You are going to be getting standoffs as opposed to the titanium backspacer. Titanium backspacer would cost a lot more money. Everything else is going to be the same on this side. You will get the same milled slots. That's signature on the Kwaiback. Get the same milled slot on the back. They did a really nice job on the lock bar cutout as well. You see it's very, very tight tolerances as compared to the originals. Well, we have chamfering around the edges of the customs. You'll also notice that the frame is chamfered the same way going around the edges, just like the originals. So you get a more comfortable feel in the hand than just a block of titanium sitting there. Now, taking a look at the flipper tabs was one of the first thing I called out to Jake when I got the box. I'm like, oh, Jake, oh, that's really sharp. Don't worry about that, guys. It's going to be a lot more like this. The CNC, they did not do the flipper tab the way he wants them done. He hasn't contoured this one yet, but they will be contoured like the customs, and I'll show you again on the other custom. A lot more contoured than this. This is very sharp. It's actually not very pleasant to flip. Now you're going to see that it's got the same kind of action. This one's not broken in yet, but it's still very smooth because you're still going to be getting the Hoback rolling detent, which is a major, major plus. I know a lot of people were worried that with the huge drop in cost, they were going to lose the Hoback rolling detent. You are still getting the rolling detent inside. Now the action feels almost the same. Now Jake had told me when he built my Kwaiback that at the time that he built this one, this was the smoothest and fastest one that he ever made. So let's compare it to, little bit slower, not exactly the same. Now I don't know how well broken in this particular knife may be. This is obviously not broken in at all. As a matter of fact, I had to put a little bit of Sharpie right back there so that the lock bar wouldn't lock up. It locked up the first time I flipped it open, so wanted to make sure we didn't have any issues with that. Now, I'm going to talk about the blade here in a second because that's going to be another very big difference. What you're going to get when you get your production Midtech Kwaiback is you're going to get this grind right here. Nice, clean, simple. What he did for this one, because this prototype, this is prototype number 1, this is going to be auctioned off. If you want to know where and you want to know when, you need to go to Jake Hoback's Instagram and follow it, and you need to go to his YouTube channel and subscribe to it. He will give you all of that information. But this knife is going to be auctioned off, and I'm sure it's going to fetch quite a premium because it's going to be the only one with a compound grind, and a really, really nice compound grind as well. Look at that. Look how sick that is. Just gorgeous. So in the hand, the big differences are this is going to be a lot lighter weight than the original batch from 2013 on the Kwaibacks. It is going to be very comparable in weight to the newer variations, the end of 13, early 14 variations that we're seeing. Now, he's also been doing some contouring here as well. That's not present on mine and not present on the Midtech. The jimping is pretty much identical. The blade stock is going to be the same. So nice and thick, nice and weighty. There it is from the back end. You're going to be getting standoffs versus a backspacer. Remember, your clip is going to be a very simple, basic stamped clip. Another difference is going to be, it is not going to be a psalm that's around the pivot. It's going to be a different verse, and it's going to be a lot smaller. So do keep that in mind. It's not going to be as large as this. That was just their testing and seeing what they were going to be doing, and he decided he is going to go smaller. Question is it worth the money that's being charged? And also, would you be better off buying the custom? Well, the custom you're not going to get, unfortunately, because he's not taking orders on those. If you're already on the books and you're thinking, well, I'm going to be getting the Midtech really soon, and it's a lot less money, like a lot less money than the custom, maybe I should just cancel my custom and stick with the Midtech. Listen, the Midtech is a damn nice knife. It's not the custom, though. I can't put it up there with the custom. And that's the same way if you take a $900 titanium bodega from Todd Begg and compare it to his $4,000 hand-built customs. The bodega is a damn awesome knife, but it's not going to be on the same level as his hand-built customs. That's just the way it is. So it's really not fair to make a true apples to apples comparison. You have the same design, you have the same basic functionality, and you've got his legendary smoothness thanks to that Hoback rolling detent, the HRD. So you've got all the most important things. The way I look at this knife is this is going to be a modifier's dream. You're going to send this to your favorite modifier. Maybe it's Thai Survival. Maybe it's Alex Dietz. I don't know. Whomever it is that you want to send your knife to. Then you start doing, cool shit like, heat flame jobs like Jake did on this custom. Maybe you're going to do some extra mill work. Maybe you're going to contour the frame. Maybe you're going to change out the pivot for something custom. Maybe you're going to do something crazy with a custom-made pocket clip. You've got a wonderful blank canvas here. And you're paying very little money. I mean, think about this. Midtech knives these days are between $450 and $900. You're on the lower end of the spectrum, and you are getting one hell of a great knife. The other great thing is, even though you're not getting this compound grind, Jake makes one hell of a sharp knife. He really knows what he's doing when it comes to sharpening his blades. So you're going to get something that's going to be useful and deadly all at the same time. I'm impressed. I think it's a fantastic deal. And I think that the guys that are on the list should be excited. Because you know what? It has been, a year and a half? Has it been that long? No, it hasn't been that long. But it's been about a year since the very first Kwaiback rolled out and people went, oh my God, I have to own one. I was going nuts until I finally had mine in my hands. And it was worth every penny that I spent on it, all the headaches it took to get to the point where I was able to get it, and worth the wait. And those guys that are never going to be able to spend this amount of money on a knife, but can't afford this, you're going to be blown away. If all you've ever bought are $200, $300, $400 knives before, you're making a big, big step up in quality. You are going to be very impressed. For those that already have a custom Kwaiback, you're going to love it too, because now you've got one that, and listen, these are built like tanks. You're going to knock it around and beat it around anyway. I don't know of anybody that's babying a Kwaiback. But this one, guilt-free user. Are you kidding me? That is fan-freaking-tastic. So there's your side-by-side comparisons. Hopefully you guys got a chance to see what it is that you needed to see. Lay that bad boy down there. And listen, very few people have the expectations that I do. I am really, really critical of a knife. And with so much hype surrounding the Midtech Kwaiback, it had a lot to live up to. I think it lived up to it. I really honestly do. If you've never had a chance to handle one and this is a clean slate for you, you're going to flip out. I mean, literally and figuratively, you're going to flip out. You're going to go insane. And this is going to end up being in your pocket every freaking day. No way around it. For those of us that have handled Kwaibacks or own a Kwaiback, it's going to be an awesome secondary. It's going to be an awesome backup. And it may end up even getting more pocket time. Because again, it costs a lot less money. You're not quite as bad off if you bang it up too much. I have cut down more cardboard, I think, with this knife than anything else, and I still don't have a mark on it. I've only had to do a very light strop on it, and that's it. So when I tell you that Jake makes a sturdy knife, well worth the money that he charges, I am not exaggerating. Oh, look, there's a new difference. So if you look at the new Kwaibacks on the customs, getting a lock bar insert that we didn't have on our originals. Oh, contouring is much smoother, much rounder, and this is a lot slimmer than the original titanium frames as well. There's a big difference there. No wonder it's so much lighter. So incredible contouring, slimmer, way slimmer in the hand, much lighter weight in the hand. Lock bar insert. Quite a few changes. The back spacer changed quite a bit too. So there's your differences between basically, I guess you could call them Generation 1 and Generation 2 of the Kwaibacks. So there she is, guys. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off right here. There is a lot to talk about, but I just don't want my camera to cut me off. It cuts me off at a little over 20 minutes, so I don't want to have that happen here. So again, if you want to own this very knife, it is going to be up for open bid auction. Keep an eye on Jake Hoback's Instagram, which is at Hoback Knives. I'm sorry, at Jake Hoback Knives. My apologies. At Jake Hoback Knives. And keep an eye on his YouTube channel. He's really good about updating that as well. And you're going to be seeing this again before it goes up for auction, because I'm going to send this out to the Wieners and Steel crew. Oh yeah. Almost, I think everybody in that crew now has a Kwaiback. So I'm going to be watching that with great anticipation to see how each and every one of them react to it, to see how Nick reacts to it, Mike reacts to it, Lee reacts to it. This is going to be a really fun episode. So probably in the next week or so, you'll see an update from Terra Fanatic. Go subscribe his channel if you have not already. And you will see a whole bunch of Kwaibacks. I was only able to show you 3. I'm only one guy. What am I going to do? That's a whole bunch of guys. They have a whole bunch of Hobacks. It's going to be like Rut's Hut is going to be taken over by Hobacks. It's going to be insane. It'll be like a Hoback invasion. So definitely be on the lookout for that and listen to what they say and what their opinions are, because they're good guys. They're very knowledgeable guys, and they love the hell out of knives. And they've had theirs for a long time. Most of those guys have had Kwaibacks longer than I have. Actually, I think all of them have now at this point. Yes, they all have. So there it is. There are 3 generations of Kwaiback: original custom, new variation custom, and the new Midtech. Something cool about it, man. Actually, I didn't give you any tight close-up shots, did I? Let's do that now. Very light stone wash finish. Across all of the titanium. Again, don't fall in love with that pocket clip. And a nice satin on the blade. I do believe you'll be getting a matching stone-washed finish on the production pieces. So to Jake, I just want to thank you. I really appreciate you trusting me with all of these knives, especially your precious #1 prototype. And thank you for the opportunity to get a chance to showcase it. You guys, if you haven't already, email Jake to see if he has any room left on list #2 for the second run, and if he has a backup list for order cancellations. And I'm going to make a quick announcement right here. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a contest soon, and I'm going to give up my spot for my Midtech Kwaiback as a celebration of this incredible knife. I feel fortunate to already have a custom, and I've talked to a lot of people that were really, really mad that they didn't get signed up. So look for it soon. I'll try to figure out an announcement probably on my Instagram. That's Jim Skelton TV. And let's have some fun. Let's do that. All right, guys. I will talk to you later.